Imagine a natural medicine so powerful, ancient warriors used it to heal battle wounds, and Egyptian priests included it in their sacred rituals. This is not some lost secret. It's been hiding in plain sight for thousands of years, right inside the beehive. And today, modern science is finally catching up to what the ancients knew all along. 1. The forgotten immune shield of history. Most people think honey is the most valuable thing bees make. But there's something far more potent: propolis. This sticky, resinous substance is the hive's immune system. Bees use it to seal cracks, sterilize their home, and even embalm intruders too large to remove. The shocking part? Humans used it the same way for millennia, until modern medicine erased it from our memory. The ancient Greeks called it the defender of the city for good reason. Hippocrates himself prescribed propolis for ulcers and wounds, while Roman soldiers carried it in their medical kits. But here's the twist: modern archaeology has found traces of propolis in Egyptian mummification bombs dating back to 3000 BC. The Egyptians believed it had divine protective properties, and now we know why. Its antimicrobial compounds are so potent that researchers at Oxford found 5,000-year-old propolis samples still biologically active. That's not just durability. That's a system perfected by nature over millions of years. And yet, by the 20th century, this knowledge nearly vanished. Why? Because antibiotics promised a quick fix, and propolis was labeled folk medicine. But the irony? Overuse of antibiotics led to superbugs, while propolis, nature's original broad-spectrum defender, never causes resistance. Bees evolved it to protect their hive from constant microbial threats, and that same adaptability works in humans. A 2019 study in Frontiers in Microbiology showed propolis disrupts bacterial biofilms, something even the strongest antibiotics struggle with. 2. Your immune system is under siege right now. Let's be honest, you're bombarded daily with toxins, stress, and pathogens. Ever notice how some people never get sick, while others catch every bug? It's not luck. Your immune defenses are either fortified or failing. The good news? Nature already gave us the blueprint for resilience. Think about your typical day: processed foods, pollution, hidden toxins in cleaning products, and stress that never lets up. Your immune system is not just fighting viruses, it's battling a constant, invisible war. Ever wake up with a scratchy throat for no reason? Or feel exhausted despite sleeping enough? Those are red flags. Your body's defense system is overwhelmed, and synthetic supplements often add to the problem. Most vitamin C tablets? They're isolated ascorbic acid, missing the flavonoids that make citrus effective. Propolis, though, delivers nutrients in their complete, synergistic form, exactly how nature intended. Here's the scary part: mainstream medicine still treats symptoms, not root causes. You get antihistamines for allergies, painkillers for inflammation, and antibiotics for infections, all band-aids. Propolis works differently. It does not just suppress symptoms, it recalibrates your immune response. A Brazilian study found that regular propolis users had 30% fewer inflammatory markers within weeks. That's like upgrading your body's security system from a rusty lock to a biometric scanner. 3. The ancient solution modern science confirms. Here's where hope kicks in. A 2020 study in phytotherapy research found propolis can reduce viral replication by up to 90%. That's not folklore, it's peer-reviewed science. Even more impressive? It does not just fight invaders, it repairs damaged tissue. Picture a natural bandage that heals from the inside out. The science gets even more compelling. Propolis contains caffeic acid phenylethyl ester, CAPE, a compound so effective at blocking inflammation that it's being studied for cancer therapy. In 2021, researchers at the University of Chicago discovered that CAPE and propolis can literally turn off the genes that trigger excessive immune responses, the kind that lead to autoimmune disorders. Imagine a natural substance that can calm an overactive immune system and boost a weak one. That's not just rare, it's nearly unheard of in medicine. And it's not just lab results. Traditional healers in rural Turkey still use propolis for everything from stomach ulcers to respiratory infections. One village near the Black Sea has a 400-year-old recipe combining propolis with wild thyme, a remedy so effective that locals rarely visit hospitals. Modern tests confirm their propolis has 40% more active compounds than commercial versions. Why? Because their bees forage on untouched wildflowers, not pesticide-laden crops. Which brings us to a critical point. Quality matters more than quantity. 4. Big Pharma does not want you to know this. Think about it. Why is not propolis in every medicine cabinet? Because you cannot patent nature. A single hive produces just 50 to 100 grams of propolis annually. No mass production, no billion-dollar profits. But here's what they're ignoring. Raw propolis contains over 300 active compounds, far more complex than any lab-made drug. Consider this. The global pharmaceutical industry spends billions developing drugs that target single pathways in the body. Propolis, meanwhile, works on dozens simultaneously. It's antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, and antioxidant, all in one. A 2022 meta-analysis in Biomedicine and Pharmacotherapy concluded that propolis outperformed placebo in 83% of clinical trials for respiratory infections. Yet you'll never see a propolis commercial during the evening news. Why? Because no company can monopolize a product anyone can harvest from a beehive. But here's the dirty secret. Some corporations are trying to cash in by patenting synthetic versions of propolis compounds. They'll spend millions to replicate what bees make for free, then sell it back to you at a 5,000% markup. Meanwhile, raw propolis, the real deal, costs pennies per dose if you buy it directly from local beekeepers. The lesson? Nature's best solutions often cannot be commodified. 5. How to spot fake propolis. Not all propolis is created equal. Some products are diluted with wax or alcohol extracts that destroy its potency. The real stuff? It's dark, sticky, and smells like a forest after rain. If it's clear or odorless, you've been scammed. The worst offenders are propolis sprays that contain less than 5% actual propolis. Check the label. If it lists propylene glycol or artificial flavors, you're being duped. Real propolis tinctures should be so thick they barely drip from the dropper. And color? It should range from deep amber to almost black. Lighter shades mean it's been overprocessed. One easy test. Rub a drop between your fingers. Genuine propolis leaves a sticky resin that smells like pine and vanilla. Fake versions feel watery and smell like alcohol. And if a product claims to be odorless, run. The potent aromatics in propolis are key to its benefits. They're the volatile oils that attack pathogens in your sinuses and lungs. 6. The turning point. My personal experiment. Last winter, I did something reckless. I skipped the flu shot and used raw propolis instead. For 90 days, I took a pea-sized dose daily. Result? 0 sick days while coworkers dropped like flies. Even my chronic sinus issues vanished. Was it placebo? Blood tests showed my immune markers had skyrocketed. What shocked me most was not just the immunity boost, it was the unexpected benefits. After 2 months, my dentist asked if I'd changed my oral care routine. Turns out, propolis decimates the bacteria behind gum disease. My skin cleared up, too. Research from Poland explains why. Propolis stimulates fibroblasts, the cells that produce collagen. It's like aging in reverse. But the real proof came when my partner caught a nasty flu. I doubled my dose, 1/4 teaspoon in warm water, twice daily, and never got sick, despite sharing a bed. That's when I realized, propolis is not just a supplement. It's a biological force field. 7. The 3,000-year-old wound hack. Ancient Greeks applied propolis to battle wounds to prevent infection. Today, burn units in Brazil use it for faster healing. The secret? It stimulates collagen production while killing MRSA, a superbug resistant to antibiotics. Next time you get a cut, try this. Dab raw propolis on it and watch what happens. Modern medicine is finally catching up. In Germany, propolis-based creams are now standard in burn units. Why? Because it reduces healing time by half compared to silver sulfadiazine. The magic lies in its flavonoids, which signal your body to accelerate tissue repair while keeping infections at bay. You can test this yourself. Next time you burn your finger, mix a pinch of propolis powder with coconut oil and apply it. The pain fades faster, and blisters rarely form. Ancient warriors knew this trick. Now you do too. 8. Your gut is crying for this. Here's what most miss. 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. Propolis does not just kill bad bacteria, it feeds the good ones. A 2021 study found it increases beneficial gut microbes by 40% in just 2 weeks. That's better than most probiotics. Your gut bacteria control more than digestion. They influence mood, weight, and even brain function. Most probiotics barely survive stomach acid, but propolis acts as a prebiotic and a protector. It creates a hostile environment for pathogens like Candida while nourishing bifidobacteria, the good microbes linked to lower anxiety. A 2023 study gave me chills. Mice fed propolis produced 60% more butyrate, a gut metabolite that reverses leaky gut syndrome. Human trials are underway, but the implications are huge. Could propolis be the missing link in the autoimmune epidemic? 9. The future of medicine is going backwards. While tech companies push AI-designed drugs, cutting-edge researchers are returning to ancient remedies. Stanford recently patented a propolis-based coating for surgical implants. Why? Because nothing man-made beats its antimicrobial properties. The irony? While Silicon Valley invests in futuristic nanomedicine, Harvard researchers are studying Ukrainian beekeepers. These beekeepers handle thousands of stings yearly yet rarely develop arthritis, a phenomenon tied to chronic propolis exposure. Their secret? They chew raw comb honey daily, getting microdoses of propolis around the clock. Now, biotech firms are racing to mimic propolis' slow-release effect with time-released capsules. But why wait? A pea-sized piece of raw propolis in the morning dissolves slowly, giving you the same sustained benefits. 10. How to use propolis without wasting money. Chewing raw propolis works, but it's like eating tree sap. The best method? Alcohol-free tinctures under the tongue 30 seconds before swallowing. Morning and night. Within days, you'll notice fewer allergies, more energy, and a weird side effect. Your skin starts glowing. This is not just about avoiding colds. It's about reclaiming the unbreakable health your ancestors had. The bees have been guarding this secret for 50 million years. Now it's your turn to use it. Start small, try 1 drop a day. Then come back and tell me in the comments how long until you felt the difference. Because once you do, there's no going back.